skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true.
Good afternoon to you all here today, friends and family of Amanda and Charles. Please take a seat. There are a couple of chairs here if you need them. Just a few formalities. In the event of a fire or an earthquake, I guess it's more like it, please don't enter the building. Just gather together on the car park out here and wait for instructions. If you need to find the facilities, they're inside. If you get straight through the doors and on your left-hand side. And finally, if you have a cell phone with you, like to turn it off or put it on silent, that's fine. Thanks a lot. So on behalf of Shona and Chris, Linda and Charlie, I welcome you all to share in this special day in the lives of Amanda and Charles as they join together in marriage. It certainly is a thrill for parents and grandparents who are here today to see your children and grandchildren taking this step of marriage. You know, we live in an ever-changing world. Cars are getting faster, aeroplanes bigger, air travel far more accessible. It now takes less than a day to travel around to the other side of the world. I guess in no time we're going to find that space travel is just as easy. And all this hustle and bustle of life, a few things like getting married seem to be forgotten. So for Amanda and Charles, this day is a very important day. So if I mentioned it's a special day in your lives, Amanda and Charles, I realise that you started your relationship some years ago, but today you will be formalising that relationship, setting up the foundation for your future and that of your daughter Evie and any more children that you intend to have. Amanda and Charles, they met 7 years ago at the Kindercare where Amanda worked. Charles was called in to fix a toilet. Just so happened that there was continual work to be done at the Kindercare, and Charles got called back a few times. That gave him the opportunity to spot out the young teachers in particular. One of them, Amanda. A good friend who also worked there strongly encouraged the relationship. Finally, Charles managed to ask Amanda out on a date. The rest is history. I'd like to ask the parents now to come forward, to stand up, and I'm going to ask you who give this couple to be married. Great. So what is marriage? Yeah, if you look up Google, the meaning of marriage, the word is the social institution under which a man and woman establish their decision to live as husband and wife by legal commitments. Well, marriage is a supreme sharing of experience and adventure in the most intimate of human relationships. Today, Amanda and Charles proclaim their love and commitment to the world, and we gather here to rejoice with and for them in the new life they now undertake together. Marriage requires love, a word we often use with vagueness and sentimentality. We may assume that love is some rare and mystical event, when in fact it is our natural state of being. So what do we mean by love? When we love, we see beneath the things that other people do not see. We see beneath the surface to the qualities which make our partner special and unique. We who love can look at each other's life and say, I touch his life, or I touched her life, just as an artist might say, I touched this canvas, those brushstrokes in the corner of this magnificent mural. Those are mine. I was part of this life, and it is part of me. Marriage is to belong to each other through a unique and diverse collaboration, like two threads crossing in different directions, yet weaving one tapestry together. Now, marriage is something that shouldn't be entered into lightly or without a great deal of thought. Marriage was not only given for the increase in mankind, it was given for the companionship, help and comfort which husband and wife ought to have of each other. Families are so important because the human race is made for families. So Amanda and Charles, this special day in your lives, you both start out on a journey that will be truly amazing. You know, the secret of love and marriage is the privilege of being husband and wife. To each be himself or herself, and yet another, to face the world strong and with the courage of two. Now, to make this relationship work, therefore, it takes more than just love. It takes trust. To know in your hearts that you want only the best for each other. It takes dedication. To stay open to one another, to learn and grow, even when it is difficult to do so. It takes faith. To go forward together without knowing what the future holds for you both. When love is our natural state of being, these other qualities are not as easy to come by. They are not a destination. They are a journey. The true art of married life is in this, an inner spiritual journey. It is a mutual enrichment, a give and take between two personalities, a mingling of two minds which diminishes neither but enhances both. To love is to remember and keep alive forever all those unique qualities that first drew you to one another in the beginning. To love is to constantly search for new ways to bring each other happiness, to make the most of every moment you share together, and marvel at how your feelings for one another keep rising to new dimensions. To love is to create an oasis of tranquility for one another and a quiet place, apart from others, where you need not pretend, where you can just be yourselves, and know within your hearts you will be accepted by one another. To love is to greet each day with anticipation, always eager for another opportunity to share new adventures and gather up new memories together. To love is to follow through the rainbow, through the rain, to be able to laugh at yourselves and to be willing to say, I was wrong, I'm sorry, to forgive, and more importantly, to forget, to always believe and trust in one another. To love is to watch with wonder all the miracles of creation, as I no doubt you have while watching Evie grow, to find beauty in all the simple things of life and to find within ourselves a deeper appreciation and a new awareness of how wonderful it is to be alive, to be happy and be together. To love is to come together from the pathways of your past and move forward hand in hand along the uncharted roads of your future, ready to risk, to dream and to dare, and always believe that all things are possible with faith and love. Now be committed to your marriage. Without commitment from both of you, your marriage will not survive. I'm mentioning both of you because commitment from one partner will not be enough for the relationship to get through the difficult times that will arrive. Now, commitment is costly in time and effort, but well worth every minute. Be good communicators. Men are hunters, not hinters, so Charles, you have to develop that inner sense to pick up on the hints that Amanda will no doubt offer. So married life will not always run smooth. Good communication between each of you will be of enormous help in overcoming the little difficulties that will undoubtedly you will have. Catch these little hiccups before they become mighty mountains, and this will pay enormous dividends. Set time aside to talk. As I said before, learn to say sorry and to mean it. One last thing, take time to be just yourselves and be with each other. Have a special date and keep romance in your marriage. You know, I talk about romance. Now, Charles, you stay amazed with your wife and she'll stay amazed with you. Connect at the heart and be willing to go beyond talk. Sit down with Amanda and have eye-to-eye contact, because the eye is the window to the soul. If you stay amazed, it keeps love alive. Don't assume, be intimate. Be emotionally available. Own your own expectations and don't expect the other to know what you want, and always look for a pathway to peace. Treat yourselves and each other with respect. Remind yourselves often of what brought you together. Remember to focus on what is right between you, not only the part which seems wrong. In this way you can ride out the storms when clouds hide the face of the sun in your lives. But remember that even if you lose sight of it for a moment, the sun is still there. If each of you takes responsibility for the abundance, the quality of your life together, it will be marked by abundance and delight. You know, a great little saying, one to remember, is quitters don't win. Don't be the quitter in the marriage. Fight for what you have and don't let it go. Now, a bit of background about the happy couple. Amanda lived in Kapiti since she was 3 years old, and Amanda is the eldest of two girls. They went to Kapiti College, and Amanda then went on to Teachers College in Wellington, qualified as an early childhood teacher in 2007. Her first real job was at Kindercare in Kilburnie, where her friend was also working. That's where they met. I would like at this stage to acknowledge Amanda's mum, Shona, for her input towards the wedding arrangements today, for being the organised person when Amanda wasn't. Charles, once a Jaffa, always a Jaffa. Born in Auckland, but college years were at boarding school in Masterton. They were basically happy years, and Charles has one younger sister, Alex, who we'll hear from soon. After a false start at Victoria University, where he wanted to become a psychologist or maybe a lawyer, he totally saw the light, was offered an apprenticeship as a plumber, loved that idea, and it was off like a shot. He qualified as a plumber, gas fitter in 2005 and hasn't looked back. 2015, Charles started his own plumbing company. So well done for both of you. You have both made an incredible start. Your love for each other is strong, but you cannot sit back and expect it to grow on its own. Now, many people, whether they go to church or not, have heard about the love chapter of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, a great chapter. It talks much about love. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud, not self-seeking, always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. Now, no one loves perfectly, but we must never give up. We must be patient. Now, for true lovers, the honeymoon, it never stops. So keep your hearts open, be positive, not negative. Discuss problems and never head off to bed without resolving any differences you may have. I'm just going to call on Alex, Charles' sister. She's going to read a poem by Taylor Marley. It's an interesting poem, so take it in.
Sorry, my mascara is already run. This is a piece by Taylor Marley, How Falling in Love is Like Owning a Dog. He's standing right in the middle. On cold winter nights, love is warm. It lies beneath you and lives and breathes and makes funny noises. Love wakes you up all hours of the night when it needs. It needs to be fed so it will grow and stay healthy. Love doesn't like being left alone for long, but come home, love is always happy to see you. It may break a few things accidentally in its passion for life, but you can never be mad at love for long. Is love good all the time? No. Love can be bad. Bad love, bad. Very bad love. Love makes messes. Love leaves you little surprises here and there. Love needs lots of cleaning up after. Sometimes you just want to get love fixed. Sometimes you want to roll up a piece of newspaper and swat love on the nose, not so much to cause pain, just to let love know, don't you ever do that again. Everyone looking at you. Sometimes love just wants to go out for a nice long walk, because love loves exercise. It will run you around the block and leave you panting, breathless, pull you in different directions at once, or wind itself around and around you until you're all wound up and you cannot move. But love makes you meet people wherever you go. People who have nothing in common but love, stop and talk to each other on the street. Throw things away and love will bring them back again and again and again. But most of all, love needs love, lots of it. And in return, love loves you and never stops.
So they're going to rush out and buy a dog called Love, eh? Okay, no, just hold hands. For Charles John Patrick Lott, of your own free choice, will you take Amanda Marie Dennett to be your wife? Will you love her, comfort her, honour her and keep her, in sickness and in health, forsaking all other, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Amanda Marie Dennett, of your own free choice, will you take Charles John Patrick Lott to be your husband? Will you love him, comfort him, honour him and keep him, in sickness and in health, forsaking all other, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Amanda and Charles, you have written your own wedding vows. I ask you now to read those to each other and in front of us, your family and friends.
I promise to listen to your good advice and sometimes even take it. I promise to always try and convince you that more dogs is a good idea. I promise to always make life together an unexpected adventure. I promise to always laugh at you when you wake up mid-sleepwalk and try and cover it up. And most of all, I promise to keep updating these because as we get really old together, one set of vows cannot cover a lifetime of growing, raising our beautiful daughter and falling more and more in love with you each day. I take you to be my best friend, my faithful partner and my one true love. I promise to encourage you and inspire you. I will be forever be there to laugh with you. I will lift you up when you're down. I will love you unconditionally through all our adventures in life together.
I, Amanda Marie Dennett, choose you, Charles John Patrick Lott, to be my husband. In front of our friends and family gathered here, I promise to love and cherish you throughout the good times and bad, in sickness and in health. I promise to keep up the romance and plan regular date nights together. I promise to watch my trash TV when you aren't around, most of the times anyway. I promise to laugh at all your dad jokes, even if they aren't funny. I promise to start making more decisions, especially when it comes to takeaway night. I promise to be the best wife and mother to you and our beautiful girl. I take you to be my best friend, my faithful partner, and my one true love. I promise to encourage you and inspire you. I will forever be there to laugh with you, to lift you up when you are down, and to love you unconditionally through all of our adventures in life together.
So do we have the rings? So if you take Amanda's ring and place it on you. So Amanda, I give you this ring as a token of my faithfulness and love,
Amanda, I give you this ring as a token of my faithfulness and love,
and as a symbol that all I have I share with you.
and as a symbol that all I have I share with you.
For Charles, I give you this ring as a token of my faithfulness and love,
Charles, I give you this ring as a token of my faithfulness and love,
and as a symbol that all I have I share with you.
and as a symbol of all my... Oh, I've lost my place. As a symbol that all I have I share with you.
Amanda and Charles, because you have showered our hearts with expressions of your love, promise to love each other forever. It gives me great pleasure to now pronounce you husband and wife. So Charles, it's yours. So we're going to go to sign the marriage register. So chat with the person next to you, and now if you need any photographs, you may take them, but please let the official photographer get his first. Photos can be taken, but please, the couple have requested that nothing be posted on social media at all until they have done so. So please respect their request.
When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky. All the sun. Just like the old stars. I see that you've come so far. Right where you are. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love, still looking up. When you're needing your space to do some navigating, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find. See then the stars, they burn, some even fall to the earth. We got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't want to be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got here. We got a lot at stake. And in the end, you're still my friend. At least we did intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I got and what I'm not and who I am. I won't give up, even if the skies get rough. Giving you all my love, still looking
come up? No? Flashing a red light at me. So. Okay, just before we're finished for this part of the afternoon, I'd just like me to introduce to William McGee. He's a fine, upstanding young man. So, William, he's out there. He'll be your master of ceremonies at the reception, and very shortly we'll be calling various family groups together for photographs. So don't wander off far. He'll call you for those photographs, so just remember that. So Amanda and Charles have also requested a photograph of everybody together, so we'll try and find a spot where that can happen. The photographer can sort that out. That'll be great. So family and friends, lovely, upstanding. Okay, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Charles and Amanda Lott.